Hey guys, it's Angelo, and in order to cover even more of Battle for Azeroth's content, in today's video we're having a look at yet another new Shadow Priest talent, Dark Void. Now, just really quick, if you haven't already, be sure to join the channel's Discord server in order to stay up to date on new video releases, the upcoming stream schedule, and possible giveaways, and of course to communicate not only with me, but with the rest of our wonderful little community. Now, this video will specifically cover Dark Void, and similar to my previous video covering Dark Ascension, I will remain as detailed and as clear as possible, trying to get straight to the point. Therefore, without any further ado, let's go right ahead and have a look. Now, Dark Void is one of our 5 new talents in Battle for Azeroth, the others being Dark Ascension, which I have already covered, Void Torrent, which was moved away from our artifact weapon and transformed into a talent, and Shadow Word Death, which was previously a regular spell, but is now only available as a talent, and lastly, Last Word, which was previously an honor talent. Dark Void is on a 30-second cooldown, has a cast time of 1.6 seconds, and unleashes an explosion of dark energy around your target, dealing shadow damage and applying Shadow Word Pain to all nearby enemies. Dark Void also immediately generates 30 Insanity, which is actually pretty solid. The talent shares its talent row with Twist of Fate and Misery, the latter also being an AoE and dot utility-centered talent. What makes Dark Void interesting, however, is a multitude of things. Firstly, along with applying Shadow Word Pain to all nearby enemies, it also does some solid initial damage, around 4 times as much initial damage as one regular application of Shadow Word Pain. In theory, this is great in AoE situations, and if everything goes to plan, it is actually pretty strong. Now, unfortunately, during my tests with Dark Void, it actually didn't do as much damage as I hoped for it to do. The initial damage was somewhat mediocre, and due to its cast time, it feels incredibly clunky to use. Personally, I think Misery is a lot stronger and a lot more versatile than Dark Void, and this is actually especially important. The 30 Insanity, which Dark Void generates, is pretty good, but as the spell is on a 30-second cooldown, you can't really feel these 30 Insanity at all. What's even worse in my opinion is that using Dark Void kind of makes you feel as if you shouldn't be using Shadow Word Pain as frequently, as you don't want to waste a global cooldown on using it. When it is applied with Dark Void anyways, of course, obviously, because you don't want to waste Dark Void, or rather the cooldown. This on top of the fact that if I do choose to apply Shadow Word Pain regularly, I can't do it along with Vampiric Touch the way in which Misery would allow me to do. This makes the entire playstyle with Dark Void feel pretty clunky, and again, its long cast time only makes this worse, especially on short or rather short-lived trash packs. For me, Misery did significantly more damage, and on top of what makes our gameplay so much easier than Dark Void, Misery is generally just a lot simpler to use. In my opinion, Dark Void should definitely be looked at again. Granted, I haven't tested it in every possible situation, but for scenarios in which it is supposed to be strong, which is AoE, I feel as if it struggles. Buffing its initial damage isn't going to solve this issue, but I do believe that decreasing the cast time will certainly help. With a spec in which most spells are already pretty slow-paced and clunky in Battle for Azeroth at least, adding a bit of speed to Dark Void should definitely allow things to run smoother and should definitely help the spec feel a lot better. Now, what do you guys think? Do you like what Dark Void brings to the table? Would you prefer its cast time to be reduced, or its effect to perhaps even be changed? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now, as always, I'd be very excited to hear from you, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more of my content in the future, feel free to subscribe. Now, as always, my friends, have a good one, and I will see you all in the next one.